I would never be one to turn down that kind of an offer. I mean, I could be a stupid person, say, no, we don't want a free, very expensive airplane. But I thought it was a great gesture.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel where the art of debate makes the cool side of commentary. I'm your host, The Performance. Today we'll be checking out a video titled "The Media Explodes After Trump Gets a New Plane." Wow, this is an interesting one. Let's check it out. Go.
The media is losing their mind right now because they say President Trump is going to Qatar and he's going to receive a plane. Listen, let's just play the piece of tape here. Let's first go to cut 240.
I think it's a great gesture from Qatar. I appreciate it very much. I would never be one to turn down that kind of an offer. I mean, I could be a stupid person, say, no, we don't want a free, very expensive airplane. But I thought it was a great gesture.
Now, notice he says we, meaning the federal government. Now, look, I'm only okay with this if this is used to help deport a bunch of illegal aliens. The last luxury flight that they get, they could load up on the Qatari Express and they could be sent to Nicaragua and Honduras, have that thing humming. I mean, look, a picture of this thing. This thing is a beast. No, I don't even think that's it. That's just Qatar Airways, which, by the way, I'm told is very good. It's things like the Palace in the Sky. That's Air Force One. The Palace in the Sky should be also reused as a nonstop diplomatic charter. Say, hey, we want to go bring in, I think that's it. That's the Palace in the Sky. We want to bring in the South Africans, the Afrikaners. Welcome to the Palace in the Sky. Load on up. We'll be running that thing 24/7. Johannesburg to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Cape Town to Phoenix. Now, it isn't objectively a very nice plane. And look, I know people are getting very upset about this and all that, but understand, it'll be an asset of the federal government. It could be used for all sorts of things. And how cool would this be also to bring hostages home? Instead of sending, kind of one of their other military aircraft, you go bring home a bunch of hostages from Venezuela or from Russia or from Iran. You can load them up on this palatial plane and bring them back to America. The Middle East trip is very high stakes. And also understand there's some complexity to this. Rejecting gifts in the Middle East can also be very dishonoring in their culture. So as long as it's done correctly and ethically, and the left, they're losing their mind. Of course they are. I would say, though, that what President Trump is aiming to get done here in the Middle East is transformational. His speech in Saudi Arabia, and we're going to cut that up and we're going to do a whole show on it tomorrow, it was a 10. And I got to love it. I'm here in Phoenix all week, and being able just to watch every day what he's going to be accomplishing is truly transformational. We want the Middle East actors of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE, the oil titans, to look to the west and not to the east. And by the way, they have trillions of dollars. The Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, I think, is well over $1 trillion or $1.5 trillion. The Qatari Investment Authority, the QIA, is well over $1 trillion. We are talking about massive amounts of money that we want to be invested in this country. Of course we do. We don't want to have them go invest that money in Beijing or Shanghai, and deep down, they want to continue to dollarize. And if we're serious about breaking up BRICS, if we want BRICS to no longer be a thing, the Gulf states are the swing vote of BRICS. If all of a sudden Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE combined forces, and they went all of a sudden say, hey, no, we're going BRICS. We're going Brazil, Russia, India, which, by the way, we're getting India out of BRICS. That's not going to happen. China, South Africa. Okay, Brazil, you can keep it. Russia, maybe, but we're doing some work there. You want to go build a world alliance in South Africa? Yeah, great. The mighty power of South Africa. President Trump is making sure the U.S. dollar will remain the world reserve currency status. That is critically important. That is fundamentally important to stability, sovereignty, and flourishing abroad. So everyone's all mad about the plane. I say, hey, use it to bring more South Africans to America. Load that palace up and bring them home.
Wow, what an interesting idea from Charlie Cook. I believe accepting gift from a different country is not a problem as long as it's done ethically. I don't see any problem with Trump accepting a plane as a gift, which I believe this plane is going to be used for the betterment of the citizens of America and building relationship between two countries. Fostering relationship between two countries is very necessary. I believe in the long run, this relationship is going to bring a lot of investment into the country, and a lot of citizens are going to benefit from it, most especially the people that are pointing fingers right now, trying to say what Trump is doing is not right. I don't see anything wrong with that as long as it is done ethically. Thus, if you analyze how this plane can be used, it can be used to bring people from, just by what Charlie have just said, to bring people from South Africa to America, and also the illegal immigrants deported on daily basis. This plane can also be put to use to send them back to their various country instead of spending more resources in order to be able to do these things. This plane can be used for that purpose. So I don't see anything wrong with fostering relationship between those two countries, which I believe is going to benefit the country in the long run, because America is looking forward to more investment in this trying time that a lot of companies are experiencing difficulty as a result of the increase in tariff. And I believe Trump is going in the right direction, considering the few things he has done just for the short time short time he came into office. He has reduced tax on tip. He has reduced tax on overtime, which means workers are going to take home more pay. I believe what Trump is doing is for the betterment of the people.